Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and thanks for stopping by. You might recognize this from a little while back. This was a laptop that I found at the old thrift store, and this thing came with Windows 10 installed on it, but the Windows 10 install was all gimpy. I don't know what they did to it, but I had an administrator user profile on it, but it wouldn't let me install things, and it was treating me like a normal user, like a standard user. And I don't know, the permissions are screwed up. I tried to reinstall Windows 10 on it. It complained and gave me trouble. So I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll just take it back one step to Windows 7, because Windows 7 has very few issues in my experience. And if you're running a good old spinning hard drive, well, Windows 7 is the way to go. This one has the old i3 processor. So we went through that, a lot of this stuff already, but let's do it again. Let's just explore this thing from a Windows 7 perspective, shall we? All right, so I installed Windows 7 Ultimate on it, and just to be sure, here is our device manager. And as you can see, it's got all the proper drivers installed. Nice to find that this thing actually has full Windows 7 support, which isn't always there, right? So that's nice. And as I think I mentioned before, it has a touchscreen. Let's see if I can get there we go. It does work. All right, so here is the Windows 7 experience. Yeah, so of course, we know all things, Intel back in this time frame, which is roughly, I think, 2012. It's always the graphics that are the weak point, but everything else is pretty solid. So we will dive into that further as we progress. Let's talk about the graphics, the graphicals. Yes, so the graphicals are the Intel HD family of graphics. In this particular case, it's a 4400 with 192 dedicated megabytes of RAM and shared, giving you that total. We will see how that works out. The resolution it's running at is 1366 by 768, kind of perfect in my opinion for this sort of thing. I really like that kind of dimension. Here's your, again, if you didn't see this before, there's your processor, main board, decent updated BIOS, memory, looking at 6 DDR3, couple of different sticks, but they're both Kingston and they're both from 2014. So I said 2012, didn't I? I think it's probably 2014, excuse me. And there's your graphicals. Kind of a summary of the system. Before we do that, maybe we'll look at the drive. This is the drive. I gave it the old DD treatment using Linux to write to all the different spots on the drive, and it didn't really clean up everything. It still has, that's sort of a stress test. Sometimes it'll get the firmware to mark off stuff that's worn out and use some of the reserve, but it's still finding a couple of error warnings. It's kind of a worn out drive, I guess. And it's got, it's only got like roughly a year's worth of wear on it. It's a terabyte drive, but you know, they don't make them like they used to. So here's your summary of the stuff going on, and it's running pretty good, cool, fairly cool. And is there anything to talk about here? Very standard stuff. The optical drive isn't working. I don't know why. I could probably take it apart and see if it's not connected up or something, but don't really care about the optical drive, frankly. Oh, excuse me. Optical drives are kind of a dime a dozen these days, right? Who uses them? Even on Windows 7 system, I really don't need it. Okay, so let's do the benchmarking under Windows 7 to see if it makes any difference. And at this point, I typically like to say, hey, I hope you're having a great evening, morning, or afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I hope you're having a great day. Because, hey, life is crazy. And one of the things I've come to appreciate is not everybody's going to appreciate my videos. And I also appreciate, too, that YouTube is changing. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, mid-range sort of graphics, it's to be expected. Yeah, so I notice like YouTube's changing. They're using an algorithm. They're not only using an algorithm, they're also using like their AI to determine who they're going to market your videos to and everything else. It's all about like, can they sell, you know, advertising to people, right? That's what YouTube's about. So I kind of like will lower my expectation about how many people are going to watch my videos. What matters is that somebody out there does and might find them useful. So here you go. There's the final analysis of this system. 551, which is decent. Decent score on the RAM, the CPU, and we're getting a kind of a lower score, kind of a, not completely bottom of the barrel, but certainly kind of a mid-range to lower score on that graphical. And otherwise, the transfer speeds of the hard drive and such are okay. So not a terrible score. Certainly seen better. For a 2014 system, it's a little low. But, you know, that's life, right? So I think that's going to be it. I think we can keep it to about 8 minutes. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk to you later.